Welcome to Colts Beer, the podcast where football fever meets cold beer. Here we talk all things Indianapolis Colts, from epic touchdowns to close games to the hottest NFL rumors. Sit back, grab your favorite beverage, and let's tackle the next quarter together. Go Colts!
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Colts Beer. It's schedule week last week. The schedule came out, and the Colts playing in London. That's awesome. For that, Sam is super happy.
Yeah.
We have today JJ again and our wonderful international fan of the year, Lucas. I really tried to find English beer in a German supermarket. I couldn't find any. I took the closest one for today. It's an Irish one. It's a Guinness lager. So yeah, cheers, guys, and I give it to JJ.
Yeah. Cheers. I'm at work drinking water. But yeah, the London announcement, by the way, it kind of came out of nowhere for us. Like we didn't get a heads up until Tuesday, and that led to some scrambling for our schedule release video of trying to find a proper Simpsons clip to represent the UK. So fortunately, the Simpsons do everything, and we're able to find a good one there. But yeah, thrilled to be able to head back across the ocean and go play internationally, where I'm sure I'll see you two guys and Lucas right here. Who, Lucas, when you were here in Indy and I last saw you after the draft, I was asking you if you're going to make it out to a game this year, and you were kind of like, I don't know, it's going to be a little bit tough to make it out here. And now look at this. It's like they heard you. You get to go to another Colts game this year in 2026, so that's really neat. We'll be happy to see you there.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Keeping the streak alive.
Nice. Well, yeah, I mean, great to have you on, JJ. Lucas, as always. Like, a pleasure. I didn't even think about the London game and having something English. So I'm still going through my international beers. I'm in Belgium now.
Come on.
But yeah, I should have, like, this would have been the perfect one for me to get the old cider out. We could have had a proper English knees up. But yeah, can't wait for London. Can't wait to see the Colts over this side of the pond again. Had no, like, we've been saying all kind of off season, like, there's no chance. Like, you know, we did Berlin last year. There's not going to be any chance we're playing internationally this year, and here we are. Very excited. So yeah, cheers.
So, yeah.
And hey,
another memory from Indy. Hi, Teresa.
Probably going to get me tickets, so thank you. Or I just need one, of course. But
so yeah, I mean, tickets. We have that American Express pre-sale starting soon.
Mm-hmm.
We hope we can get as many as possible tickets to that. We all don't know what we can expect. It's the first time happening. But yeah, we will see.
Yeah, I mean, they do, like, Amex do all the pre-sale stuff for loads of concerts here. So I mean, the actual system will be fine. Like, it's just, yeah, we have no idea how many, where they're going to be, sort of thing. So
I think it will be less chaotic than Germany. I think the UK tickets are a little easier to get than even like but also also in Berlin. I just got them through general sales. So yeah, I think I'm not as stressed about it as with Frankfurt or Berlin. So I think we'll be okay. Should be fine.
Yeah.
In Berlin, at the end, we had other issues when.
Yeah, we had tickets too much. I had two tickets, didn't even get rid of one. So
yeah, when the sale started, it was like, oh, everyone buy as many as possible.
Exactly. No, yeah.
And then basically everyone had bought 4, and it was like, oh damn, we have too many.
Yeah, way too much. Yeah. We ended up with too much. Yeah, I had 2 myself. I mean, the other one was probably just empty. So
yeah.
Also in Frankfurt, the whole stadium was sold out except for the 2 seats next to me. The whole stadium completely empty. The whole stadium completely full, and it's the 2 seats. Yeah. So I was like, okay, well, have some extra space.
Yeah, you can spread out, you know.
Yeah.
The worst thing.
You've got like popcorn chair, you've got food chairs then, basically.
Yeah.
Get them on the chair, no problem. I mean, JJ, you said that so Colts kind of found out like the day before. I mean, I guess in terms of planning, this is all kind of early stages for the Colts now, I guess.
Yeah, very much. And what we were able to do in Berlin as the home team was far greater than what we will be able to do as the road team. Mm-hmm. I don't know what we're gonna do. I think what we did in Frankfurt in 2023, I thought was a ton of fun. Where we kind of had that Colts house, the pub that was at Chicago Meat Packers in Frankfurt. Mm-hmm. Had a really fun time there. So it's a bummer that you go overseas and you're not the home team and you can't do like everything that we got to do in Berlin, which was, for my money, one of the most remarkable experiences I've had in my career is being around all you guys at the Colts fan zone there. But regardless, it's going to be a great time. I love any opportunity to get all you great international fans together, because that experience in Frankfurt and then Berlin, something that Lucas, you said to me there in Berlin was like, I've never felt more connected to our European fans than in Berlin. And I think any opportunity we get to connect our European fans together and to grow our European fans and deepen the existing fandoms that exist is a great opportunity for this franchise, because I think everyone here, we got back from that trip in Berlin, and in addition to thinking, oh, we're going to the Super Bowl, it was like, we knew we had good fans in Europe, but we saw something even more than that when we were in Berlin. Like we saw something special there. So even if it's in the UK, which is not Germany, it's not Austria, it's not Switzerland, it is still a great opportunity for us to go over there and, connect with our great fans in Europe.
Yeah. We'll definitely be making everyone welcome in London. So we can't wait to see everyone. I think loads of people already booked flights and hotels are already booked. So yeah, just excited to see everyone again. Like you said, I think the whole weekend of Berlin was just like an out of body experience sort of thing. It was, you couldn't really script it. It was such a good weekend. And then obviously how the game ended and things like that. I mean, it was perfect. So hopefully we can recreate that in London.
Yeah, Gemma is also. Hi, Gemma.
Hey, Gemma.
Can't wait for the London game, the first ever NFL game, and can't wait to see the Colts live. It's just all. I mean, London 2016 was actually my first NFL and Colts game. So yeah, stuff like that is just a huge opportunity for people here over the pond. Watching actually an NFL game.
And JJ, I'll say about Gemma and her son are massive Blue fans, so I imagine they'll be hoping for a sighting of Blue if possible. I'd say in London.
I would hope that international Blue will be out in full force.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He'll be well welcomed in London, that's for sure. I know there's plenty of. You
know what? As long as he continues to hit people with shaving cream, like don't hit him with a steak and kidney pie. That wouldn't feel great.
That's gonna bruise. I think if we talking about steak and kidney, yeah, we might need a hospital after that. So yeah, shave him, keep him to that.
Yeah, with some hot shepherd's pie.
But yeah, I mean the matchup as well. I think when the tickets came out, I think obviously in London, I think there's quite a big Eagles fan base. So there's been more chatter really about the Eagles Jags, I think. But I like the matchup. I think it's going to be an exciting game. I think the Commanders. We're going to see Indy native. Shame that he's not playing for Indy. Terry McLaurin. I mean, he's a phenomenal wide receiver. Jaden Daniels, and then who I mean, Daniel Jones. We'll pray, we'll touch wood and everything. He'll be ready to go week 4 by the. Should be a good matchup.
The thing I'm interested in is I was just listening to the Athletic Football Show driving into our facility today, and they had this really interesting discussion about was last year running quarterbacks and quarterback designed runs kind of being diminished last year a little bit. And if that was the product of the way defenses are playing with these two high shells where they have these alley fillers who are taking away these perimeter runs, which is usually where you see quarterback design runs go. You don't want your quarterback running up the middle. You want him getting out on the perimeter. And Jaden, but then they're also like, but maybe that was the product of Jaden Daniels being hurt last year. And, maybe a couple of these other quarterbacks who have come into the league not being as running focused. So it's a long way of saying we haven't really seen the Colts face a quarterback like Jaden Daniels in a couple of years, which is going to present a really interesting challenge for Lou Anarumo's defense. I know that, the game's in, 5 months basically, but that was one that I was already like, okay, this is going to be an interesting one because it is going to be he's going to be more of a different challenge than the Colts may face all year in 2026, because Jalen Hurts is not much of a running quarterback. He's a powerful runner, but he's not running as much as he once did. So I don't know. I'm just interested in that little aspect of it because Daniels, when he's healthy, is as dynamic a quarterback as there is in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, we might get a warm up week 1, I guess. Lamar Jackson again. It's like they're different style of runners, I'd say.
Even Lamar though, Lamar hasn't been as big of a runner over the last couple of years. Like that's kind of this. Like we all remember those insane highlights Lamar had the first time he won MVP. But Lamar is he's one of the best pocket passers in the NFL because he changes arm angles. It's almost like he is Matthew Stafford sometimes back there with the way that he sees things and he changes his arm angle. And you talk about a challenge. Like Lamar and Mahomes right off the bat is going to be quite a challenge for the Colts in weeks 1 and 2. And then, by the way, you just have the best defense in the NFL coming to Lucas Oil Stadium in week 3 before you get on a plane and go to London. And then you have to play the Steelers in week 5. So not an easy start to the season for the Colts. But you know what? You figure out what you're made of early on, and the team that you are in September should not be the team you are in December. Unfortunately, I think we learned that lesson a little bit last year with the Colts. But it's going to be fun. These first couple of games of this season, like I cannot wait to get out there and see what they look like.
Yeah, it's going to be a great litmus test right off the bat, right? I think that was maybe one of the not negatives of the start last season, but the way that team or fans and media were talking outside of Indy was they've not played anyone, wait till they have to play some teams sort of thing. So we're not going to have any of that this year. It's straight into the fire. So yeah. Be interesting. I was going to say back on the London game, it's going to be a shame that we're not going to get to hear that third down, JJ. the Spurs stadium race with JJ's voice.
I'll be there. I could still do it. Just no one might hear me.
We'll get you a megaphone. We'll get you
right.
we can get you a ticket with us in the stands, and you just can scream it around us.
Yeah. Open air press box. Like you guys might be able to hear me. So I'll be down close to the action there, but you never know.
I see we've got one of the Chris's in. JJ, you obviously not in the WhatsApp group, but in the UK WhatsApp group, the number of Chris's that we have now has got a little bit out of control. So I'm not sure which Chris that is. I'm going to guess that's Chris from Scotland, but whoever it is.
Hi, Chris. We have no idea which Chris you are. So. We had, when we talked about Berlin earlier, Teresa, that she's a season ticket holder for 27 years now. And Berlin was one of her favorites ever. When you said the Colts figured out on Tuesday that you were going to play in London, I asked myself when I texted you, hopefully the rumors are true, how many people, especially from Europe, reach out of nowhere out to you and hi JJ.
Well, so I know other people in our organization probably had heard before, but it sounded like it was a little back and forth. I didn't know. I didn't even have an inkling that we were going to play in London until George, our guy George on Sports, sent me a DM on Instagram and goes, "Hey, heard this rumor." And I was like, "Really? Huh." I was on vacation. I was down in French Lick, Indiana, at the pool with my wife. We took a little, just no kids trip down there for a couple of days. I was trying not to work, but I was like, all right, I guess I'm going to figure this one out and come back to find out that George scooped me. So shout out to George on that one for being on top of it.
Yeah, when George told us,
that's right.
Go.
Yeah, sorry, no, I should say. I think we started hearing. I was doing the same. I was DMing George as well. I was like, is this true? I hope it's true.
Yeah, so we have Darren with us. Good evening, Darren.
Hey, Darren.
Hey, Darren.
And some more serious words, but nice words from Gemma again. She's a massive Blue fan.
Oh, wow.
That's great.
Yeah, kicking Stigma game was the anniversary of parents there. Partners. Yeah. So yeah, it's cool when Blue, just with his character, can get people out of a bad phase in their life.
Blue,
I love that.
Blue's the best. Like all the gags and stuff that you see on Instagram, but like that mascot makes so many people's lives better in a way that is really remarkable for, just a team mascot. Like the stuff that, our mascot team does here is so impactful and it's so powerful. And it's also just like really freaking funny. So they do such an incredible job, knowing what their audience is, knowing how to connect with people. We were just at Blue's birthday bash. I took my kids there on Friday and, got a nice little photo with Blue there. And it's great. It's a really special thing to see how Blue can impact people both, from an entertainment standpoint and then just from a, feeling seen and feeling, supported standpoint as a team mascot. It's really cool.
Yeah, I think it's easy to, like, as us guys who've been fans for years, it's kind of easy to not necessarily take him for granted, but like you don't necessarily think you don't think of him as, this guy. I mean, Gemma as well. I've spoken to Gemma before. She's a Colts fan because of Blue. Like that's how she became a Colts fan. So it's awesome to have. Well, he's the best mascot in the world. I think voted at least for
four-time NFL mascot of the year and the greatest mascot in the world, Blue.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, can't wait to see him in London.
Talking about great things, you said something a few minutes ago about the Simpsons video. You said we had to figure out something. Were you involved in that video?
Yeah. Here, hold on. Let me show you something that's in my office here. I don't know if you recognize what this is.
Yeah.
This is Johnny Unitas. Now, there's a man with a real haircut. You can set your watch to his hair. I am a massive Simpsons fan. It is a show I grew up watching. I can quote it pretty religiously. I can pull real weird deep cuts from it. I mean, the stuff that I wanted to use. The initial one I pitched for the Commanders, which didn't make it past the I would say the brainstorm table, was Homer saying, "I'm going to go punch George Bush in the face." That one didn't. That one didn't. The some of the ones that I worked on it. Matt Conti, our VP of Communications, worked on it. The Simpsons writers and their people got really into it, and they suggested some clips. So it was really a group effort. And then Amber Darrow, our senior director of content strategy and operations, she ran the whole thing and did an unbelievable job turning a goofy little idea into the best schedule release video for my money that even came out this year. And I know I'm biased, but it was so much fun to kind of be a part of that and to come up with these clips and be like, oh yeah, that would work for this or that. And man, it was a blast. And it was so cool to see how well received it was too. I know obviously online it got a lot of love, but just like being around the other dads in my neighborhood and, the other elementary school dads, the kindergarten dads who I see at school functions and on the weekends at T-ball, they all are coming up to me and like, that schedule release video was awesome. Like, I'm a lifelong Simpsons fan. That was so cool. So we did it. We did a really good job. And, I played a small part of it, but really it was Amber who led the whole thing. And she deserves a lot of the credit for what we were able to turn out, because it was a really, really fun thing to present to our fans.
So how, what I did wonder is the part, like the beginning part where sort of like the whole thing is illustrated more focused on the Colts, like, with the statue and the sign being baked in Lucas oil. Like, how is that, like, did Disney do that illustration?
Yeah.
Illustration, or before it goes to the scenes, which are actually from the series, if you, starting the season, so to say.
The Simpsons people did all that animation custom for us.
Wow. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, because they looked really great, huh?
Yeah.
And that's really a credit to them of how into the idea and the concept that they were, because that was work. That was a lot of work for them. And and then we had a hand in some of the gags in there of like, yes, it has been 4,252 days since we last filmed in Jacksonville, and
I love the saxophone also from Scooter.
Yes.
Like, did somebody have to play that like on themselves, or like how did?
I don't know how we actually got that one. But I mean that was another really good little Easter egg in there. I love the portrait of Jim Irsay that's up in the school. That was really nice. There was a lot of really neat stuff that went into it even before then we got into the clips, which, like, I had so much fun with those clips. The thing that and Amber talked about this in an Indie Star article, but we only had the rights to use Dan Castellaneta's characters, which is largely limited to Homer and Grandpa Simpson. Fortunately, he also voiced the rich Texan, who's a guy who comes in and says, I represent a bunch of oil tycoons who make foolish purchases that we use for the Texans game. But there are a number of clips that I suggested before we knew we can only use Homer's voice that would have been kind of fun to throw in there, but it turned out great. Some of the clips that Matt Conti pulled were incredible. So we had a blast putting it together.
Yeah, it was for me, like, growing up, like, there's like nostalgia as well, because The Simpsons, watched it heavily growing up. So yeah, just seeing that. And it's fun. It's good to watch us be able to poke fun at ourselves. So as painful as the Jacksonville stuff is, it's always fun to take it in jest. And I think the Homer disappearing when for the road game.
Yeah.
That got me. That did.
Yeah.
And I think I have to correct you in one thing, JJ. It's not the best release video of this year. It's actually the best release video ever.
Oh, I love that. Okay, great.
It's so good.
I like theirs more than the Chargers, and they're the universal top dog in this. So
yeah,
that one was good too.
I mean, it was good. Don't get me wrong. It's incredibly impressive, but I liked ours.
Who was it? The one that did? Was it the Jets that did the paint? Was it the Jets?
That one was so soothing. Oh my goodness!
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Like, it wasn't like exciting, but it's just so easy to just like I wasn't even paying attention to who they were playing. I was just looking at
that was the most soothing schedule release video I've ever seen. Yeah, it was great.
I love that Raiders one too. With
the Step Brothers one. Yeah. I mean, the Titans did a really good job with theirs. Just walking around and Woody Johnson, owner of the New York Jets, huh? That was a good one. I enjoyed that one too. But ours was my favorite.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, talking about the schedule, obviously you touched on the start, JJ. I mean, I guess we should also touch on an early primetime game for the Colts. Not something we're necessarily used to over the years. So good I'd say good to see us in primetime. It's good when it's that slot. When it's the 8:20 slot, I like that over here. I think you kind of make the day of you make like an evening of it. Whereas that 4:25 slot, I'm not a fan of that one.
Well, the the thing, you mentioned, like, hopefully Daniel Jones is out there for week 4. And, obviously we got a long way until then. But to me, if you want the surest signal that Daniel Jones and Patrick Mahomes are going to be available for week 1, it's that the NFL put them on in primetime in week 2. The NFL didn't, no disrespect here, but the NFL didn't intentionally schedule Justin Fields versus Riley Leonard in week 2. As much as I like both those guys, Riley's coming on the podcast next week, but the NFL and NBC are not in the business of highlighting backup quarterbacks early in the season. So, you only know so much about it. Internally, it's like, everything's going well with Daniel, but externally, I've been to catch myself even with Daniel of like, well, I don't know what the Chiefs are. Oh yeah, I just assume Mahomes is going to be out in week 1 and, week 2, whatever, early in the season. And then you go and you read what the Chiefs are saying, and it's like, yeah, he's probably going to be back for week 1. So, there's still, again, there's a lot more boxes to check before then. But with Daniel, the good news is the way that Chris Ballard talked about it with the Achilles recovery is there's like a 3-month window where once you're through that post-surgery, your risk of re-injuring your Achilles goes down significantly. So it doesn't mean that it can't happen, and knock on wood on that one, but that window is a really important marker in it. So hopefully that means that not only is Daniel out there for week 1, but the Colts can get him back out there for training camp in 2 months. That would be ideal too, to get him as many reps as possible with, a lot of the same guys out there on offense, but you're going to have some new guys out there. You're going to have some guys in different positions. Daniel Jones has never really played with Jalen Travis on his right side. We'll see how Josh Downs gets used more this year, but I think his usage is going to go up with Michael Pittman no longer here. So just, a couple of little moving parts there that would be good to, get some time on the grass before the games really start counting.
Possible new right guard in Farmer, possibly.
Yeah, that's going to be a really interesting camp battle to watch, Sam, is, Gonzalez and Farmer. And, I think I liken it to, you have a couple different outcomes here. One is that Farmer goes and wins the job as a rookie, and, you plug him in there and he's a day 1 starter. The other outcome is, in 2024, the Colts drafted A.D. Mitchell, and Alec Pierce, goes into Chris Ballard's office and says, what does this mean for me? And Chris just told him, go compete. And now Alec has led the league in yards per reception in the last 2 years since we drafted A.D. Mitchell. And A.D. Mitchell's not here anymore. So it doesn't, just because you draft a guy and it's like, well, he could take a spot, doesn't mean that it's going to happen. I mean, Matt Gonzalez has been training with Olin Kreutz up in Chicago. Olin is the guy who, I remember I got a DM from him because I used to cover the Bears, and Olin DM'd me at one point in 2022. It was 2023. And he goes, hey, well, I'm training with Will Fries up here, and this guy's great. He's got a real future, and he's going to be a really good player. And turns out Olin Kreutz knows what he's talking about, because Will Fries turned out to be a very, very good player for the Colts over the next couple of years. So, those things can happen. Matt Gonzalez is still new to playing guard last year. That's a real opportunity for him to take this draft pick and say, I'm going to hang on to my job. And I wouldn't doubt that he could do it for a second.
Yeah. And I mean, like you said, obviously he played tackle before. It could be that he kicks out him, but him we think really highly of Travis, but there's no guarantee. Like he started 5 games in his career. He's not being handed a job by any means. So he's got to go out and prove it. And best 5 play. I think you're locked in left tackle through center. And then you got 3 guys competing for 2 spots on the right side where, one of those guys has versatility to play guard or tackle. So it could get really interesting in training camp. That right side of the line, Sam, is probably my number one thing I'm going to be looking at during training camp, is how that all shakes out. Yeah, I mean they've got the perfect coach to fire that line up, right?
So that is no kidding about that.
Yeah, they're in good hands for sure.
So we had a few comments missed. Just like Lisa got the right here. Yeah. and release video was insanely awesome.
Thank you, Darren.
Yeah, a lot of love for the
Gemma also release video
Gemma,
was amazing. And Flo is with us.
Hey, Flo.
Hi, Flo.
Oh, great.
Nice.
And yeah, Teresa just said she's excited to see what
There you
Caden Curry
go.
does.
I think Curry's so interesting to me in that, like, if you put on the tape and you look at his box score, you look at this guy and you're like, when the heck was he a 6th-round pick? His tape is good. He's
I agree. Yeah.
Absolute fierce competitor. It's the arm length. And there have been guys who have made it in the NFL who have not had your prototypical body type. So I wouldn't doubt for a second that Caden Curry can make an NFL career out of who he is as a football player and a person.
Yeah, no, exactly. Because Teresa told me a lot about him. And so I researched him a lot. And I was like, why is this guy, being picked so late when he got picked? But then I wasn't really paying attention with the pick. And then he got picked. I was like, oh my goodness, Teresa's going to lose her mind. So first thing I did is text her. And then I was like, yeah, I thought he was going to get picked earlier when I did the research. So glad to hear that validation from you.
Yeah, I mean, the arm length does have an impact when it comes to gaining leverage on an opposing offensive lineman, where if Teresa lost her mind. If that offensive lineman gets his hand on you before you can get your hand on him, then you've got to figure out another way to fight through that and win the rep. And it's difficult in the NFL. But what I saw with Caden Curry when I watched the film was like a guy who's got an absolutely relentless motor. And those guys tend to stick in the NFL for a while of just like, you know what, this guy's never going to quit on a play. He is going to be physical. He's gonna make some plays out there. I think as a baseline, he's going to be a contributor on special teams in a really important way. And then, I wouldn't put it past him to earn his way into the D end rotation if he can, compete during training camp. He's absolutely one to watch because the Colts drafted him and George Gums, who's more of a Gums is not raw, but he's inexperienced at defensive end. He's an absolutely freak athlete, but he's only been playing the position for like 3 years. So those two guys will contribute on special teams, but they're like wildly different profiles. And I'm just interested in how that all plays out between those two guys.
So Teresa has a decision which one has to play. Yeah, great kid. She's friends with the family. Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we did our draft review pod a couple of weeks ago, and I think we all kind of came out of it outside of CJ and AJ. Obviously, I think Caden Curry was kind of the one that we were most excited about after that between Caden Curry and Jalen Farmer, I think. Because I mean, he's had production,
Yeah, and on top of all of it, I mean, of course, football first, obviously, but I mean, on top of all of it, I think it's also great that him being a local kid, knowing the culture you sort of from the team and from the Colts, like he will fight more for a horseshoe than maybe somebody who doesn't know anything about the Colts. So I like he likes, of course, football goes first, but that he's a local. It's sort of a European mindset also to have, but yeah, locals are having on team. It's good. It's good for everything. So I like it.
It is,
great
and like Lucas, you mentioned it's kind of like a European thing, but like in Indy, it is different in Indianapolis than
you're right. Yeah, Midwest. Yeah.
It's like that. The Indianapolis is a tight knit community that really does kind of try to take care of its own in a way that, like, I grew up in Chicago. And, it's like, yeah, cool. He's from Chicago. Neat. Next. Like, here in Indy, it's like, yeah, he's from Indy. Like, that's so cool. Like, let's embrace him. Let's wrap our arms around him. And let's really support him because he's supported us for so long. Mm-hmm. So, I'll say this as an aside. It's like that in Chicago for every sport but basketball. Chicago basketball, like, really takes care of its own. But for other sports, it's not as big. Indy, it's like literally any sport, You could be a football player. You could be men's basketball, women's basketball, whatever it may be. Indianapolis really, and Indiana takes care of its own.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, that's fits with the culture. What I love about the state of Indiana, I mean, compared to that, I think I saw this tweet the other day. It said something like Indianapolis is basically just like a huge town almost.
Yes,
it feels like it. So yeah.
Well, like it's funny. Like the thing I love about it here, just as an aside, is almost anywhere I go, I run into someone who I know. So I went down to.
know you. So.
Well, that's not a good friend. It's like you do. Like I was down at the track on Sunday for Indy 500 qualifying.
Oh, nice.
And my friend and I went to Dawson's right in there in Speedway right after qualifying ended to go get a bite to eat. And I'm sitting there and I hear someone yelling my name and I look out and it's my friend Andre, who I don't know if you guys met Andre in Berlin. He is from the UK. He's from Britain, England, I should say. Massive Manchester United fan. That's the only bad part of him. But he lives in Carmel, and I've got to know him over the years, and just happened to run into him when he was, leaving the Speedway and saw me at a restaurant. Like that stuff is so cool, and Indy is such a different community for that. Like you said, Luke, because it's a big town. It's not a big city.
Yep. Awesome.
Yeah, I was going to say actually, while we're on this aside, obviously a massive time for Indy right now with the 500. How's it? What's it like?
Go Renus. Renus Fike is going to win.
Yeah, Renus was on it this week, man.
Renus was doing great. I love it. He's not. I mean, one of my favorite racing drivers. Many other ones, very very obvious. I mean, was my neighbor. But yeah, I mean, Renus is great. I would love to meet Renus and his dad one day. I think they're phenomenal people.
Yeah, so like when I started going to the 500 was right around when he got into IndyCar, and I was like, oh, okay, like I kind of like this guy, like watched him drive, read a little of his story, and he had that one year where he was on the first row. First or second row.
Yeah. I think it was maybe it's second Indy 500 or something like that. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, one very good quote.
But then he kind of disappeared for a little bit, and I showed up on Sunday. I'm like, oh man, Renus is running fast. I love it.
Yeah. No, yeah, exactly. No, he's a fun. I mean, he is better at road circles, road circuits, of course. But I mean, it's incredible, really. I really think he has a shot this year.
Yeah.
So I'll be cheering for him. I'm looking forward to it. So
I don't know if any of you guys would ever want to come in for the 500, but
I definitely do. Yeah.
It's the coolest freaking thing. It's such an incredible day. The traditions of it, the amount of people that are there. The people watching is incredible. The race is fun. Like I look forward to that thing every single year. It's one of my favorite days out of the year. And it's something that is very much unique to Indianapolis, that you're not going to get an experience like that anywhere else in the world. Yes, Teresa, we invite you all to come down for the race. Like, please, if you want to come in for a non-Colts weekend, come in for the race, because it's incredible.
Yeah, and I mean it's really a lot of European people also underestimate how dangerous it is. It is insanely dangerous. It is the most dangerous sport on earth, and also how difficult oval racing is. I did the simulator, the new museum myself. It's like the most incredible museum. And then you do 3 laps. And you're like, oh, okay, well, I can do 3 laps. But the focus you got to have to keep the car straight, keep it on the race line. And if you just turn it like that, you might be off track.
You're in the grass, you're toast.
Be that. And it's incredible. I mean, and having that for 200 laps, that focus, those guys are incredible. They're truly. I mean, Max is great, but he's maybe a little scared of doing the Indy 500 because it's that dangerous. It's really the greatest spectacle in racing, one of the greatest. yeah, I truly love to experience it one day. I want to meet Renus as his dad. He's very nice. He's following me. He's always likes my stuff on Twitter.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
He's super nice. So I would love to meet him because I've seen everything from them. Seen their documentary. I mean, here even the sticker from Renus right here. So yeah, it's I love Renus.
Maybe I'll bring this to the race this year.
Well, you see Vinatieri there, or
yeah, it's a good luck charm for Renus.
I doubt you know what it is, but yeah, I mean that's for Vinatieri. That's for Vinatieri.
Yeah. What next time I see Adam, he's getting it.
That'd be great. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean,
yeah.
If we go back, I mean, look at schedule. Obviously, we touched on the early stuff. We got Pittsburgh straight after London, so that'll be interesting. A road game straight after London, so interesting matchup.
Actually, JJ had a very good video on that, so go ahead, JJ.
Thank you, Lucas. Yeah, the interesting thing, because I saw that and I was like, we're not taking our bye after London. Like, that seems weird. But over the last 5 years, there have been 27 instances of teams coming back from London or Dublin. I just kind of grouped the British Isles together there. And of those 27 teams, only 11 took their bye. And then of the 16 teams that played after the trip to the British Isles, those teams went 10-6 in their return games from London without taking a bye. So there's no data that would indicate you should take your bye right after going to London. I think, personally, I think what the Falcons did last year, not taking their bye after Berlin, was a little bit insane. But they didn't win that week, but then they won their last 4 games. So it didn't. I'm not sure it has as big of an impact as we might think.
Well, maybe later in the season, but
yeah. I think the larger point is taking your bye later in the season. Teams prefer that. Regardless of if you're coming off a trip from London or a home game, taking your bye late allows you that opportunity to try to get fresher for the stretch run. I mean, Colts took their bye in week 11 last year. It didn't really help them. So you can always find examples that run counter to that. But I think that's more the conventional wisdom than you should take your bye after an international trip.
Do you guys know, fun fact, the Colts were the first team ever who didn't take their bye week after a London game in 2016.
Yeah.
I was just going to say exactly the same thing. From the first London, but yeah, and I mean, also as soon as I saw week 4, I was like, I really hope we're not taking the bye week 5. I'm not a big early bye. I mean, that's but I mean, obviously last season didn't work out for us, as you said, JJ, but much prefer kind of having a late bye.
Do the team have any impact in when the NFL will get them their bye week? Or
you can opt to take your bye week after an international trip.
Yeah.
So you can basically, the NFL will give you that option.
Yeah, but besides that, it's just random, or?
I mean, I don't think it's random. I think it has to sometimes do with stadium availability. We can't. We not can't, but I don't know if we've ever had a home game that first weekend of December since the Big Ten championship is played the Saturday before. So usually we're either on the road or have our bye week that week. So I think for teams it's not probably totally random. It probably goes into stadium availability and other than your road games. Okay, have you already played this team? Is that stadium available then? So there's a lot that goes into it, but I think for us, it usually is worked out that we've had a bye week in the double digits, basically. I don't think we've had a bye week before week 10 since 2020 or 2019.
Oh, yeah.
So it's been a little while.
So yeah, straight after the Steelers, we're back to Lucas Oil hosting the Titans. Then we've got the Vikings on the road, and then the game that every Colts fan dreads every year is the Jacksonville road game. So
though, Sam, what you just read out. Let's think about it this way: that's 4 road games in 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a tough one. That's going to be a really tough stretch.
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, and given that the first one is a London road trip as well, so
right. You're kicking off with a long trip there.
Yeah. Then we have the Cowboys. We have the Josh Caleb Downs derby at Lucas Oil, followed by the Dolphins at home. Then we got the Texans, the second primetime game of the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
We're
back on Thursday Night Football for the first time since 2022.
Yeah.
Will we score our first touchdown on Thursday Night Football for the first time since 2021? Let's find out.
Well, yeah.
I think everyone's secretly hoping for a 9-6 repeat of the color rush clash of the Colts Broncos game.
Yeah.
I mean, again, the other thing that I always find funny is whenever we get primetime games, they're always on the road. We don't get many Lucas Oil primetime games. I think we had one last year, right?
Yeah, we had Monday Night Football last year. We have not been scheduled to play a home Sunday Night Football game since I've worked for the Colts, which was 2021. We've had some Monday night games. We had a Thursday night game in 2021.
We had the Texans game in the 2023 season.
That wasn't scheduled. That was flexed in.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking, like, NBC goes, we want that game at Lucas Oil Stadium. We haven't had that in a long time.
Nope. Maybe next year once we've won the Super Bowl this year, JJ.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Look at multiple.
Yeah, exactly. So after the Thursday Night Football, we then have the Giants at Lucas Oil Thanksgiving weekend. Then we get our bye week 13. So pretty late this year.
That's a good stretch, Sam, to kind of catch your breath, because you got the Thursday night game in Houston, then you get that sort of like mini bye after it. We get that weekend off, you get extra rest, and then you get the Giants at home, and then you get the bye week. So that's the stretch there where if you can come out of that, with whatever record, you should be as fresh as possible for the stretch run. Once you get into that, mid-December stretch there of, okay, you've had one game in, what'll that come out to? One game in like, how many days? Like 20 days almost?
19th and 29th. So one game in 10 days,
One game in 10 days. But then even with the bye week, I'm thinking from like the 20th of December through, or the 20th of November through, what is that? I'm just going to pull it up on my calendar now.
The 13th.
Yeah. So that's, once you get through that, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That's one game in 23 days.
Yeah.
After that Texans game. So again, that's hopefully a good opportunity to really hit the ground running for the stretch run there.
Because then to end the season is probably, if you're looking at the schedule and comparing it to last year, it's kind of a flipped on its head. Obviously Eagles road game will be a tough game coming out of the bye week, but then you have probably what you would say on paper at least is the easiest stretch of the schedule. Titans on the road, obviously it's divisional games, so they're never easy. Followed by Bengals at home, Browns on the road, and then a season finisher with the Jags coming into Indy. So it feels like, looking at the schedule, it feels like if you're going to get hot and go on a run, a bit like kind of the Jags and the Texans did at the back end last season. I look at that schedule and I think that it's got potential for it to allow us to get on a run there.
Yep, that's the hope.
Yeah, I can't say that it's definitely going to happen, guys. That is definitely the hope. Let's see how the season plays out.
Yeah, after last season, we just never again start partying early.
Well, the funny thing, Andreas, is that like for years it's been like, okay, Colts got off to a slow start, and now here they come. Like, here comes the hard charge toward the end of the season. And last year it was like, got out to the hottest start in the league, and then lost 7 straight to end the season. And it's like, this is the complete reverse of what it was in like 2021, 2023. Just sometimes you would almost prefer the slow start and get hot late.
Absolutely.
You almost have like less to lose at that point. Plus, again, it's kind of what I was saying earlier of you want the team you want to be in December should be better than the team you were in September. And I mean, you can get off to a hot start and, maintain it certainly, but you'd rather that peak come in December, January than September, October.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Nice.
So, yeah, I think we talked about the schedule in London. What we didn't talk about, what we have to talk about, is Lucas.
Absolutely.
So Lucas have to talk about his experience around the draft, around the international fan journey.
I'll show JJ this. Got sent this by a friend of me who listened to 107.5 The Fan. I think JJ will be able to laugh with it. Who listened to my part on 107.5 The Fan because Kevin Bowen said something about me. You should be able to share the screen. Andreas should be popping up in StreamYard. But I won't show it for too long. But he sent me.
Your orangutan. Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah, but when my friend sent me, I was like, I was like, oh well, that's incredible.
I mean, it looks like you're talking to the orangutan there as well in that picture. It looks like
the orangutan is just sending me into orbit. That's amazing.
Well, the orangutan did a lot of picks, huh? And you think he did the third pick he did was Grover Stewart.
Grover Stewart, yeah.
If we get players like Grover Stewart picking by a zoo animal, I say we let the entire zoo do a draft pick.
Yeah, for sure.
Let a giraffe do it. Let a dolphin do it. Like a player like that. I think the orangutan picked Marlon Mack and Grover Stewart. I mean, 2 category players.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty decent. So if players turn out that well, we should let the whole zoo get a shot at it, or let Blue do it. Of course, you're right, Teresa. The touchdown monkey said, yeah, I heard that from Maurice too. Yeah, that's he was a big Baltimore Colts fan, and it used to be the mascot. I didn't make the episode, but he told that, so that was pretty nice. So yeah, I was like, oh, should I send this or not? But the WhatsApp group liked it, but now it's deleted again.
But yeah, I mean, how was the whole experience, Lucas? What was it like?
Yeah, it was phenomenal. It's really great. I really liked it. It was really great. I mean, I'm not just saying this because JJ is here or just because I'm a Colts fan, but I talked to pretty much all the other international fans of the year, from all the other teams, and they like to sort of like say, oh yeah, we got this and we got that, and all friendly, of course, just sharing our experiences. But and I all said what the Colts did, and they were like, oh wow, the Colts are doing it pretty well. And then so out of all of the international fans, I think the Colts did by far the most for at least the international fan, but also for all of the other people in the inner circle. I think that it did a really great job. It was just a phenomenal experience. It's something I'll never forget, being able to be that close to everything. So of course, definitely hope to pass the stick to one of you in the future. I'm surprised, Andreas, that you don't want to sign yourself up. I mean, you deserve it, but yeah, I mean, hard to pick one, of course. But eventually, we can all be it, of course. So.
And I mean, I don't think that we're being biased here, but I think you probably won the international fan announcement of the draft. I'd say. Yeah, I don't think it was close, to be fair.
What do you mean? The pick.
Your draft announcement, your pick.
Oh yeah. Well, the other ones, the other ones did it in I think it was this one guy who did it in Irish. Who was the Green Bay Packers fan. It was really nice. He did it in Irish, and then and the Panthers fan talked about his dog, and he was super nice too. He was really friendly, but yeah, it was cool to do. So for sure.
Yeah. Was it a bit like of a out of body experience, kind of like now, like do you watch yourself back and think, was that actually me, sort of thing?
Yeah, but yeah. I don't watch it back anymore, but if I watch it back, I'm like, oh man, I should have done it differently, but oh well. I feel very honored, though, I have to say, like, a team letting you do that, and can remember my teacher from my American Studies course coming back now. It's like, wow, that is a really big deal. Like, how did you be able to do that? And I was like, I don't know. It's just it's really cool. But yeah, it was something I definitely will never forget. So being able to do that, I mean, I hope. I sort of feel bad in hindsight too about maybe Bryce himself, but I'm not sure how he thinks about it himself. I did see like his reaction online, like in the video, seemed to smile about it. So I hope he liked it, but if not, he can get my draft card in return. I've said that. So he can have his own card. I mean, his own name's on it anyway. So.
And I mean, you were out in the States for like a whole month, right, Lucas? I think you filmed the Colts cave while you was out there. I think you did. Right? Yes,
I filmed 2 more. So 2 more episodes are coming, and I can.
That's 2 more we've not seen yet.
Sorry.
That's 2 that we've not seen yet.
No, I haven't even added them yet. I haven't even added them for it. There all of the footage for Colts caves is there. So episode 4 is coming up. Episode 5 is coming up. They're actually scoring pretty well, being viewed pretty well. So I really love that. And so the next episode we're visiting, in episode 4, we're going to Gus Thrasher and the Appalachian Mountains, and then to first we're going to first to Union City to Rob, and then to Gus Thrasher in the Appalachian Mountains, and then in episode 5 we're going to Thomas Palmer and to Eli Otero. He's a 2021 Domestic Fan of the Year, and he's also really great. But I've been all over the U.S. Eli lives in Valparaiso, Indiana, which is close to Chicago. JJ knows where it is. Rob lives in Union City. Gus lives 4 hours away from Pittsburgh. So I woke up like 4:30 in the morning, drove to Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania with my camera guy, and made the videos there. And so a lot of cool episodes. 2 more cool episodes coming up for sure. So. But I appreciate you watching, Sam. and
I was going to say the last episode, me and Lucas spoke about this when it came out. But my mini helmet collection compared to what Maurice has got, I was like, I've got a long way to go.
He has a lot. He has a lot. Yeah, he has a lot of mini helmets
around his room.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, he had a lot of cool stuff. So he did pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, glad that it's going well. Yeah, it's really good. It'd be cool if the Colts could get involved. Maybe that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Well, the next few episodes are coming up, so I'll see when the next. I think it'll be the next around the London game, and then we'll see when the 5th one will come out, and then we have a lot more to visit. Definitely a lot more. So way more than I first initially thought. So no, it's gonna get. The only problem is money for it. Now that I'm on it, by the way, now that I think of it, I'll just throw it in there. Actually, I think there's another Colts cave on West 56th Street, which is the memorabilia room. Now I don't know, if that's even accessible for fans. I don't think so.
I've worked here 5 years, and I've actually yet to be inside it.
Okay. Well, yeah, there you go.
Oh, wow.
So I was actually gonna ask in the future whenever I will be back, which is probably gonna be, at least a year.
Mm-hmm.
So not it's not gonna be anytime soon, but maybe that could be the Coltscape. That could be a place where fans want to get a better perspective of, but it might be a very exclusive area, which whoever wants to keep private. But I think that would be that it counts as a Coltscape. Let's put it that way.
I would say it would. Yeah.
It's probably patient zero of Colts Caves, I'd guess. It's
maybe that's one of them all. So yeah, but anyway, I mean, I think it'd be cool. But what do you think? What do you think of the idea, JJ?
I think I mean, I don't know who's allowed in there or what we're allowed to film in there, but people tell me there's really cool stuff in there. So I don't know.
Some cool stories. Some cool stories.
Very cool stories. Yeah.
Well, that's what the series is about. So yeah, who knows? Maybe in the future, but I'll put that idea more on paper if I ever come back again. So
yeah, again, I still have not been invited in there. So
you might, when you do, JJ, you might have to smuggle Lucas in.
Yeah, right. We'll do the trench coat thing. You can stand on my shoulders.
I've just seen Andreas. I've just seen Gemma's question about best international game out of them all. I mean, I think I think he goes without saying for sure. It's got to be Berlin.
Yeah, I mean, Darren said it.
Yeah,
it's definitely Berlin. I mean, Frankfurt was different. Frankfurt was, for me, super special. Especially the part in the Colts bar. I mean, I will never forget the moment when I got this beauty.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It was Pete Ward walking around and asking, "Who's that guy, Andreas?" And he gave it to me with the words, "Jim Irsay, want to have you that one." So that's
great. I love that.
The most special thing I have from the Colts.
I mean, that is a very, very cool item that you have there.
Yeah,
because like there are people in America who might have got a $100 bill signed with by Jim with the smiley face on it, but not a lot of people have a euro signed by him. So that's a really cool item there.
So to tease on Colts Case 4, there's actually Gus won an episode on a giveaway from him, and he had like the check, but he didn't want to cash it because it was like, I want to keep the check.
Yeah.
So funny story too. But yeah, I mean, it's so generous. It's really cool. It's really nice.
So yeah, Frankfurt in that area, in that meatpackers, in that back area was it was special. But yeah, what happened in Berlin, the amount of Colts fans, what grew up in the 2 years before with Blue Crew Europe, meeting all the people. Some people you only know from WhatsApp chats for 2 years from that point on. It was just amazing.
Awesome, man.
So yeah, I think we just hit the 1 hour mark again. I think we will send JJ back to work or back home.
This was a great part of my day.
Huh?
This was a great part of my day.
We got to wish JJ luck for the softball game tonight, right? So
well, yeah. Also, hopefully it doesn't storm. We're supposed to get some thunderstorms here, so fingers crossed we don't get rain. I don't want that to get rained out. It's a big one. We got a lot of pride we're playing for here. As the Colts content department. So,
you going to pitch the perfect game?
No, not in slow pitch softball, but ideally pitch well enough that we can win.
That's what we like to do.
Awesome.
Guys, thanks for having me on as always. Always great chatting with you guys. Lucas, great seeing you as always too. Yes. Let's do it again soon.
We will definitely ask you again during next season.
Yeah.
So, hopefully it's not the last time. Peter was with us too and saying thanks,
great.
JJ.
Yeah. Thanks, Peter.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, JK.
And how about I'll see you guys.
See
It
ya.
was a pleasure.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers. Go Colts.